Welcome to another edition of the Ball Washer Podcast. Here is your host.
All right. Hey, guys, what's going on? It's Ryan here. We're back PXG Detroit for the final video. This is going to show you what goes in. If you walk in and go, hey, I want a full bag. Let's fit a full bag. We're going to show you exactly how that goes down. We'll go out to the bag wall, pick out a bag, show you the entire realm of it. We're getting it done today. But first, I want to talk about this driver challenge you guys are doing. This is pretty sweet.
Yeah, so we started with Gen 6. We did a driver challenge. Basically, you bring your gamer in and you hit some shots and then compare it to Gen 6. But now with Black Ops, it's just completely different, right? So when we did Gen 6, it was in August, September timeframe. A lot of people weren't buying drivers then. So now, and Black Ops is a lot different than Gen 6. So right now, it was February 15th through March 15th. We're doing a driver challenge. Basically, you bring your gamer in, you take 5 swings, we'll take your best 3 swings and on distance and dispersion, and then we'll do a little mini fitting for the Black Ops, and then, so it's a half an hour long, and then we'll take the best 3 swings out of the 5 for Black Ops, and you compare. And if you beat us on distance and dispersion, we'll send you a $100 gift card.
Boom.
If we beat you, just proves that you need a new driver, and we're here to help you out.
You're at the right spot.
We're at the right spot, right?
Now, I know the answer to this, but nobody's come close yet, right? PXG's
98% win for the company, 2% loss. And comparison, Gen 6, we had a 93% win, 7% loss. So out of the store here in Detroit, we're 100%.
The new Black Ops, I mean, you're seeing it. If you're a golf fan, and if you're watching this, I think you are a golf fan, but you're seeing the new Black Ops everywhere, and I haven't seen one bad comment about it yet.
No.
It's just absolutely taken over the golf world.
The cool thing for me is when we did the Gen 6 driver challenge, we needed that 25 minutes of fit time because I had to find the right shaft combination, right loft combination to make sure I beat their gamer. Now, I'm literally, the first thing I pull off the wall, I'm like, hey, you hit a 10.5. Here's a 10.5 stiff. Try this one out. It beats it right away.
Boom.
The first combination. And then we have 20 minutes to dial in the shaft and get it even better.
Right.
And we'll look at some upgrade options and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've won, I think I did 10 over Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I won all 10. And I think 5 guys purchased the driver right there on the spot.
That's great. That's great. All right, so we're getting into the full bag. Once again, come in here and do the driver challenge, though. You're not going to be disappointed.
You can bring your driver with you for a full bag fitting as long as you do it before March 15th.
There we go. So you come in, check that out, and then take home a full bag with you, which is what we're going to show you today. We're going to break it all down from wedges back up to driver, from putter back up to driver. We'll head over to the bag wall, show you how it all goes, and get after it.
Yeah, so basically, a full bag fitting is 2 hours long, right? So it's 2 hours long. You bring your current clubs with you. That way we can test against them. And then we can also identify anything like maybe you have 3 and 4 irons, but you need 3 and 4 hybrids.
Right.
Or maybe you have a couple other things. So we're just here to make your set fit out perfectly for you, gap your set however we can. So it takes 2 hours to do it. We usually start with irons, go down to wedges, look at hybrids, fairway wood and driver, and go from there. So that's basically the process of a full bag.
Cool. Let's get into it. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's go. All right, AJ, so what are we starting off with here?
So we're starting off with the 7-iron Gen 6 XP. Based on our testing from before, there's 2 models, P and XP. Not too much difference in them. The XP is a little bit longer, a little more forgiving, but it's 2 degrees stronger lofted. And to get the distance you were looking for, the XP kind of helped us out there.
Yeah.
And the standard length of an XP is 37.5 inches, and we identified that you needed a half inch short, so 37 inches. So I also added a little weight into the head to offset that. So right now it's a Gen 6 7-iron XP, a little extra weight in the head, and 37 inches with the steel fiber, 95 stiff in it.
Cool.
All right?
All right. Now this counts as my warm-up too.
Yeah, we didn't do any warm-up.
I didn't hit any balls, and I'm sore because I've skated for the first time.
We're going to kick you back here towards this black dot.
There we go. Oh, yeah, I'm stiff. That's all right.
Yeah. Getting closer. Getting closer. Nice and straight there.
That's always good when you're staying straight.
Yeah. How do those feel compared to what you remember?
Still feel great, yeah.
So still not hitting it perfect yet, but it's all right. We're warming up.
Just getting into it here. Just getting into it.
Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cough. So if you hear me cough, I'm not super sick or anything. I just had this long cough that won't go away. Here we go. Closer. 160
Still
carry.
keeping them mostly straight.
Yep. Still hit a little behind that one, right?
Yeah, I could feel that.
Yep. Club head speed's picking up, right? 76, 77. Now we're at 79.
We're starting to not feel like everything's going to fall off.
Yep. There we go. A little better. Maybe a touch thin.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit there.
Not a bad miss.
Still, if that's the miss, though,
yeah,
I'll take that 100% of the time.
Great land angle, great spin rate. Smash factor 1.3, so obviously we want to try to get that up a little higher, 1.36, 1.37. Let's see if it picked up where you hit that on the face. So not bad, just add a little dynamic loft to it. So center contact, so the length's good. Right. And
and that was, I think, the biggest thing last time we were doing irons was just figuring out that correct length for me.
Yeah, then we needed to add a little extra weight into the head because we took some weight off, or took something off, you know.
Oh, that's bad swing.
That's all right.
Edit that one. Yeah, we don't want to be in the trees.
There we go. Ball speed better. 108. Good spin rate. Good land angle. Good launch.
Yeah, that one felt better there.
Yeah. Smash factor got up to 1.34. Now, based on all the videos, I'm pretty sure your normal miss is a little bit right, left, right?
Yep.
So for lie angle purposes, your dynamic lie is pretty low. So we could go 2 degrees flat. There's another thing about PXG. So we could go 2 degrees flat for you.
Okay.
But since our miss is to the right, flatter golf clubs go farther right.
Okay.
So I would order them standard to start, and then right here at the store, go out and practice and play for a little while. If you feel like you're missing them left, or you're getting a little bit of heel contact first, just bring it back to the store and we'll rebend them for you.
Just adjust.
You don't got to take it. You don't send them to Arizona. You don't got to go to some other shop. Just come back here and we'll adjust them for you.
Right.
So with every purchase of PXG, you get a spec check. So you can come back in, whether it's 2 months, 6 months, a year later, and we'll double check your specs, make sure they're still right for you. So if you need to do a quick, clubs bend, especially ours are really soft. They're 5 times forged. So, if you're hitting balls on mats a lot or whatever, you have a steep swing and you're hitting the ground hard, clubs will bend. So they're they're supposed to be standard. They might end up being a little strong and a little flat, and we got to bend them back. So I adjust my clubs like once a year, maybe twice a year. So it all depends. So I would say for you, you might need a flat lie angle eventually, but our miss is to the right now.
Yeah.
So I would start at standard, and then we can always adjust it.
And then just work from there, what we're seeing out on the golf course.
But I'm liking the length issue. I'm liking the length. I'm liking the shaft.
I love the length.
Yep.
Because I can go full club without, because every iron I've had, I've always been about, half a knuckle choke up on it, which is obviously taking off distance.
Yep.
But I just felt better swinging it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just putting me right in that spot to where I don't have to lose any distance to have the right length club.
Yep. There we go.
There it is.
11 miles an hour ball speed. Smash factor 138. 100 feet in the air. Now, any shot that goes to the right is going to spin a touch more. Land angle is going to get a little increased.
Yeah.
But our land angle is still at 50, which is not out of this world crazy. So 45, I would say, is somewhat ideal.
Okay.
But 50 for a high fade to the right isn't necessarily bad. But you can see your dynamic lie over here. I don't know if you can see on the screen. 59.2 for 7 irons, around 62.5 is standard.
Okay.
So it's saying that you should be a little flat. But let's just take a look at the video and see what it looks like. So if you watch on the video on the screen, so you can see like here, you're pretty square to the ground there, right?
Right.
Maybe a touch behind it, but overall, pretty square to the ground. If we start seeing it where it starts looking where that toe's pointed up like this,
Yeah.
that's where we got to go flat.
Okay.
Or if the toe's down like this, we got to go upright. So right now, I kind of like it at standard. And as I said, we can adjust that as we go. You're not too far from the store, so it works out well.
Right.
Touch behind it there.
Yeah.
But once again.
But again, it's so consistent on the misses, except for obviously the couple that I just hooked.
No, but yeah, that's the whole point. So like my dad always said, you know, whoever misses the best is going to be the best player.
Right.
Right. So we don't really want you to hit every shot perfect when we're doing a fitting. That'd be great, but it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
We want to know what your misses are going to do. So your miss right there didn't spin very much, but landing was okay. 156 carry, 170 total. I mean,
that's a good miss.
That's a heck of a miss, right?
Yeah.
Hey, one more, then I'm going to have to try a wedge.
Let's get a good one here. Same thing a little bit, but
yep. Ball speed dropped, but not a bad miss.
Again, this is all stuff right now. These misses are just correcting it out on the range too.
Well, also,
not swinging golf ball for a while.
Think that's only 25 feet left of your target.
Right.
I mean, that's still, there's a potential that's on the green depending on where the flag is at, and if it isn't on the green, it's just barely off.
Yeah.
Easy chip.
Chip
it's
up
not like
and
it's
drain
not
the
like
putt.
it's 40 feet left or 30 yards short. It's just a little bit short and a little to the left.
Right.
And that's off of our smash factor dropped to 1.27. So
right.
Hit one good one. I'm going to switch you over just to try the wedge out.
All right.
So what makeup are you looking for your irons? Like a 5-iron through gap wedge?
I think, yeah, if I were to leave with them today, I think that's what I would go with, the 5, because I really liked when we hit the hybrids last week.
Yep.
Or, last episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be a perfect lineup.
Yeah. 5-iron through gap wedge, that's 7 clubs. And then the gap wedge is 47 degrees in the XP set. So you could go, if you want to add 3 Sugar Daddy wedges in, you could go like 52, 56, 60. If you only need 2 of them, you would go probably like 54, 60.
Right.
Something along those lines.
Right. And I think when we first did the wedges, gosh, I'm trying to think back to that time, but I think we initially talked about just the distance between what probably like my pitching wedge would be, and I think we talked about 2 wedges. I don't know, but again, that's why we're doing this, right? The full bag.
Yep. Well, that's why that's why a real full bag fitting is designed to be a 2-hour process where you're making these decisions as you're seeing live numbers.
Right.
We stretched ours out over 8-10 weeks because we have been purposely trying to make content for you guys. But this is where we're really going to dive in and figure out what we're looking for. So hit one more good one there, and then we'll kind of make a decision on it. All right, one more good one. Come on.
Dang.
Well, not a bad miss.
Here we go.
17 feet right. There we go. High right, but better ball speed.
Yeah, better.
Contact. It's all right. Not the end of the world. So, wedges wise, that's the Sugar Daddy. So
yep.
We talked about the Sugar Daddy before. CNC milled. Takes 6 hours to make each one. It's going to be the softest wedge you ever felt, except for last time when you hit it. But, yeah, so I would probably, we'll kind of take a look at your bag. So you got 7 clubs there. If we go 1 hybrid, 1 fairway wood, or 2 hybrids, 1 fairway wood, however we're going to work that out. And the driver. So driver, fairway wood, 2 hybrids, let's say 4. That's 11 clubs. Putter is 12, 2 wedges.
Yep.
If we want to have 1 hybrid, 1 fairway wood, and a driver, then we're going to 3 wedges. Basically how the set works out.
Yep.
So that's a 56-degree.
I love
shaft.
the face of these wedges too.
Yep. Same shaft that's in your irons and same weight added, just so you get that feel. Pretty solid there. We just got to get you playing short courses because you hit the driver pretty good. You hit the wedge pretty good.
Wedge good.
So, you know, we get you to like
name of my game,
we get you like the 6,000 yard course where you just hit driver wedge all day.
Good to go. I just move up to the ladies' tees,
You might be like a +2. I like that. So I think we're good on wedges.
Yeah.
You're going to be, you know, your angle of attack is actually up or pretty flat. So you're going to be our C grind. So we have two different grinds: C grind, which is 10 degrees of bounce; BP grind, which is 13 degrees of bounce. You want more bounce if you're steep, if your angle of attack is steep,
right?
Or you play super soft golf courses. You want a C grind or 10-degree bounce if you're playing something that's a little firmer, or you have more of a shallow angle attack.
Okay.
Since your attack angle is pretty shallow, you definitely want to go the 10, the C grind, and then we'll figure out the 2 or 3 wedges later.
Yeah.
As we go through and see if we need a hybrid, if you want 2 hybrids, or if you want 2 fairway woods, or however you want to work that.
Right.
But you know, since we already fit you as a
these feel good, and like you said, I've always hit wedges pretty well, anyways.
So we got pretty much 5-2 gap wedge is 7 clubs, 2 to 3 wedges in there. So we got 9 to 10 clubs already done.
Right.
Yeah, pretty quick.
Moves along, especially when you get a guy who knows how to fit clubs as well as he does.
Yeah. Yes. So we're going to skip over. We're going to go backwards now.
Okay.
So in a full bag fitting, what we usually do is we do irons, wedges, and I'm sure every fitter is different, but I like to go to driver because I don't want the driver to be the last thing you fit because sometimes you get worn out.
Right.
So I do driver, and then a lot of times the driver is going to give you the same shaft for the fairway wood, similar shaft for the hybrid. Not every time, but a lot of times it kind of leads you into that progression. So I start with the driver because it's I don't want the guys all worn out.
Right, when they're trying to hit it and going,
ladies all worn out.
This thing's not powerful, I can't hit it. Yeah, absolutely.
So we got a bunch of different tees there. Green is a standard one that I use. Gray's a little taller. Black's the tallest.
Yeah, we'll go green here. I think I was doing great last time and popping it up.
And then we haven't been tagging very many shots or anything, but I'll show you kind of the process that we do later on once we get a few more shots in there, okay?
Okay.
Nice. Little left, that's all right. 251, 220 carry. Yeah, I think I beat someone on Monday by like 34 yards.
Really?
Yep.
And they think they're smashing their driver too, and then you come here and see what the the Black Ops is doing.
Yeah, and it just shows you that not everybody, not just the people that come into this store, but everyone's perception of how far they hit it and how straight they hit it is not.
Everybody thinks they hit it 300 down the middle.
Right? I never miss it left. I hit it. I usually, if I miss it just a little to the right. And the first 10 swings are duck hooks left.
Right.
Right. So it's like once you can kind of establish everybody, you kind of make establish what the trends are. Then you can really kind of show them
and build that relationship a little bit, which I think we've definitely done over the past 10 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
To where it's like, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to try to smash her because I got to look cool.
Yep.
But it's like, no, then you're going to be leaving with the wrong club.
Exactly.
So, and you noticed it right away our first day out where you're like, dude, calm down, just hit the golf ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're just trying to fit you for what you're going to play on the golf course.
Right.
Not what you're going to do in a simulator. When you're
messing around with friends.
Camera.
Right.
Yep. Little low pop up there, maybe. So still not a bad spin for only 1.33 smash.
Yeah, and still not catching it.
Yep.
As good.
There you go. 240. We still got a lot left in the tank, man. You're
and also, I've said it a bunch of times because I'll get talked to by my buddies like, God, dude, that's going nowhere. I'm like, yeah, but you're 40 yards that way and I'm down the middle.
Yep.
How many my grandpa who's 85 still goes out, puts it right at the 150 stick every time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, man, If I'd take that if I could.
Yeah. Switch to that orange tee for me. You're hitting it kind of high in the face.
This is the other thing is I've always just kind of teed it up where I've wanted to or where I felt like it. Like, yeah, that looks good.
So way better contact,
Yeah.
but it felt different too because it was lower, right?
Right.
So hit another one there.
Yeah, that much better contact though.
Yeah, smash factor went up. Now you're just not used to seeing it that low. So hit another one there. I love that shaft for you. Based on our last result, we haven't hit those same results this time.
Right.
But like I said, you didn't get much warm up. You skated for the first time in a while.
That's a big one. I'm putting it all on that.
Leave it out there, or is it going to come back? Still 250. High, a little to the right, not bad at all.
That feels so much better hitting the face though.
Yeah, smash factor is up. Yeah, so there's only 3 things you can really control in golf, I think, right? So you can control your grips, what grips you have on the club, and your handle on it.
Yep.
Right, because you can change your grips out, or you can do whatever. You can control the tee height for the driver, so it's the same every time. Or you're a guy that like Tiger Woods that tees it up high to hit draws and low to hit fades.
But also, none of us are Tigers, so.
yeah. None of us are Tiger. None of us are Tiger. And then the other last thing is the golf ball.
Right.
So I get a lot of people in here. I'm like, what kind of golf ball do you play? They're like, well, I use a different golf ball every time. And I'm like,
whichever one I pull from the bag.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, whatever one I pull out or whatever I find. I go, well, so are they all like Pro Vs? Are they all? No. Some are like Top Flight. Some are Pro Vs. For me, like playing the same golf ball is the most important because that's what we're fitting you off of, and that's what the launch numbers are based off of. So if you get a golf ball that's going to spin a lot, I'm going to give you a driver that's going to go a little less or go a little lower or spin a little less because I'm offsetting your golf ball. If you're someone that uses a really low spinning golf ball like a Tour or like a Pro V1X left dash, it doesn't spin at all, you might be able to hit it a little higher. So the fitting makes a huge difference on what golf ball you play. So if you change golf balls every time, it makes it really difficult. So cool thing with the full bag is you get balls, you get a dozen golf balls, bag, and a hat with it. So you get to try the golf ball out, and then if you like it, we're $15 cheaper than everyone else. So just give us a call back, and we'll send some more to your house.
Yeah, and they're great. Before I even met you or knew we were going to do this, I think I've told you this before on past episode, but my dad came to me and said, "Hey man, did you know PXG makes golf balls?" And I said, "No, hey." He goes, "Well, they're cheaper." And he goes, "I used them yesterday, man." And he goes, "I was controlling the spin, everything. They were top notch." So I bought them, and that's all I played last summer before we even started talking. I've been on that
great
ball
golf
since.
Ball, and make sure you just use the same golf ball every time.
Yeah. All right, let's get one here real good.
There we go. Now we're talking. 263, spun at 2,500, smash was up. That's definitely that's a 10.5 loft for you there. We got the 10C orange in there, so counterbalance shaft for you.
Yeah, and I just we've talked about it too. One of the big things too is obviously performance and what's right with you, but the look of it.
Yeah.
And just looking down from the shaft, everything. I love it.
Oh yeah.
The look's great.
Mm-hmm.
I was definitely on the heel a little bit.
Yep.
But still, if that's going to be my miss,
not a bad miss at all.
We'll take it, right?
All right. So we're good with the driver, right?
Yeah.
All right. Good with the driver.
Yeah, that feels great.
So that's 10, 11 clubs done there. Our Black Ops is so popular that the fairway wood's being used in another bay right now. So I'm going to skip over the fairway wood for a second and give you a hybrid here. This is a 4 hybrid with a 10C white shaft in there.
And this is from our most recent episode, too.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Watch it come up here in a second.
My bad, I got ahead of it.
Oh, you're good.
You erased that one, that doesn't count.
Let's steal this back.
So they're pushing it. Let's get this straight.
A little skinny
I feel
there.
like I missed that one almost. Getting good carry on that. Just still pushing it a little bit, as you can see on the screen.
Yep.
But if I can get 200 out of this club, you know, squeeze a little bit more out of it.
Mm-hmm. Hit one more there for me.
Yeah.
All right, switch out here. A little bit of a weaker shaft. See if you can, still a stiff flex, but a little bit of weaker. It's not quite as stout as this AV Link 10C White.
You
Try
think
that.
that's why I'm pushing it a little bit?
I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like that's a shaft. This is the shaft that we had last time that you loved because it matched up with your
Right.
driver and fairway
Yeah.
wood. But I just want to try something here. So once again, we can only fit the person for what they're swinging that day.
Right.
So that's one of the biggest things when we talk about when we're fitting people is because, and we save all of our TrackMan data too. Because like if you let's just say you're swinging at 88 miles an hour right now, and then you come back and you're like, man, this doesn't fit me very well. You guys didn't do a good job, or I'm not hitting it well.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, when you got fit, you were swinging at 68 miles an hour or 78 miles an hour. So it's like,
Obviously,
we want to make
there's
sure,
difference there.
right? So we can only fit you the day of. And then
Yeah.
based on your feedback, like, hey, I usually miss it to the right, even though on the screen you're missing the left or whatever. So it's just like, we're doing the best we can based on what we're seeing that day.
Right.
So you were hitting this good the other day, but I want to check to see if the shaft, just a little bit different setup, might help you turn it over a touch.
Right.
So see, it's just a little bit of a switch,
Right.
and now all of a sudden we got it back online, right? You didn't do anything differently.
No, same swing, same everything.
Yep.
A little bit more distance with it too.
So that's a different. Well, that's a 3 hybrid instead of a 4.
Okay. Okay. So there's that.
But the contact's just better,
Right.
right?
Yeah, it feels a little better. Yeah.
Right? On your miss, it's going 2 or 3. Imagine, wait till you hit a good one,
Yeah.
right?
There's a good one.
That was a good one. Let me see that real quick. So then, just to match up loft-wise, so the 4 hybrid makes the most sense because you're stopping at a 5 iron, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes people go 5 iron and 5 hybrid because they get the 5 hybrid up in the air and it goes farther than
Right.
their iron. So this is a 3 hybrid. I cranked it up to a 4, which also closes the face.
Okay.
So this hopefully should be perfect for you.
Ah.
Too fast. Slow it down.
Yep.
So see how that started right but stayed there, right?
Right. Yeah, and that's fine if I can, know that that's going on that day.
Yep.
I can control that.
Hit one more there. I'm going to switch out the shaft one more time. Oh, I like that one.
That sounded good. Felt good.
All right. So now that we're getting more comfortable hitting it better, let me put this other shaft back in because see how our miss hit's spinning at 5,000?
Yeah.
So, and we're only hitting at 195. So let's put the other shaft in, see if we can knock the spin down a touch, and then see what happens with that.
So this is just a different shaft, right? Is what you did?
Yep. Excuse me. Our miss now is going 202 and spinning at 4,800 instead of 55.
Right.
All right, hit another one there. So you hit a good one here. One more. Which shaft feels better to you?
To be honest with you, I think that the last one we just used does.
Okay.
But again, I haven't squared one of these up yet.
Go behind it. Sorry, hit another one. Better, squirted a little to the right maybe. Not bad though, but the spin is down, so they're 213.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that shaft better than the other one. The other one you hit a touch straighter, but you're also you haven't been practicing very much.
Right, that's the thing. If I get on, that's all stuff you're going to fix
This one,
on the
spin
range.
numbers are better. Distance numbers
And
are
distance is, 13 yards more on that one than any of those average ones with the other shaft.
So here, now let's have you hit the 3-wood. So that's a 3 hybrid cranked up to a 4. So it's a 19 degree turned up to a 20, well, kind of in the middle of a 3 and a 4. 20 and a half degrees, face slightly shut for you to get rid of some of that right. And I think that'll gap out your set perfectly. Pumped it. Just a little hooky there for us. First swing.
That hook is a little, different for me, but usually that means it's a little better, right? You're getting closer than pushing it out right.
Mm-hmm.
There's the other way. We're splitting it.
It's all right. Spin number is not bad for a high right shot. I know how well we hit this last time. So.
Right.
Touch behind it. Here, throw it on that red tee behind you. See what it looks like right there. See what it looks like if you were going to hit this off a tee box, right? Do you hit your 3-wood off the tee box a little bit?
Yeah. Exclusively for like 2 years because I just refused to buy a driver. So
there you go. So it might look a little more comfortable to you here. Just hit a little high. So this is a good scenario, like fitting wise. On your miss hits, you are spinning it a good amount.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is just because we're just not hitting it as solid. And our dynamic loft, you probably can't see that on the camera, but dynamic loft is 20, and that's a 3-wood. So you're adding loft into the shot.
Yeah.
Right? So we want to hit more down on it and hit this more like a
and again, that's all getting on the range, right?
That wasn't your ball. like that. That was
There it is.
Yeah, see, that was
Much better.
And you get that to be your straight shot without a little fade on it. You're going to get 230, 245 out of it.
Yep.
Right. So I like that 3-wood setup for you there. There's not enough gap between your 3-wood and your hybrid though.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we need a 5-wood. You might want to go 56, 50, 52, 56, 60, just because
there's no reason to have those if it's.
Yeah, I mean your 5-iron's probably going to go about 190.
Yeah.
Right. 185, 190. Your hybrid's going 200 on average, 213 on a really good one.
Right.
And then fairway wood 230, driver 260. There's not much other gaps you need to fill in that top end of the bag.
Right.
You could put a 4 hybrid in. The 4 hybrid probably would fill that gap between the 5-iron and the 3 hybrid when you're hitting it well. I'm not opposed to that. Depending, because you would have 5 wedges if you put 3 of them in. You'd have a pitching wedge, a gap wedge, a 52, a 56, and a 60.
Right.
So that's kind of a lot.
Yeah. So, I think that's a lot. And honestly, for a guy like me, maybe if you're out on tour and stuff, that's one thing. But it's not like I'm around the greens and stuff playing 20 different types of shots. You know what I mean? So I think that would be too much on that end of the bag.
So you could just go 3-4 hybrid, right? And then we could turn them both up. And then that should gap out well for you. Just a 3-wood.
Yep.
Driver, 3-wood, 2 hybrids, 5-iron through gap wedge, and then 50, 54, 60.
Yeah.
And that would cover all of our gaps.
Yeah, and that's another good reason why you come and get club. How many times do we say it? A good reason why. A good reason why. But to see those gaps between clubs really too it's almost like you said, some people come in here thinking, oh no, I hit this that far and this that far. I got a perfect gap in between. And then you start seeing it and you go, oh, we can eliminate this club. That takes that mentally out and out of the bag, so you don't need to worry about it.
Yep.
And you're not getting frustrated going, God, this is supposed to go this far.
Yeah.
Why is my, And
then the other thing is like I keep saying it, but we do offer that spec check, right?
Right.
So right now I have both yours turned to the left and add loft to them, right? But if you start practicing and playing and all of a sudden you're hitting too far to the left, we can dial them back with this. You have that capability, but if you don't know how to do it or you need help doing it, you can always come back to the store and one of us would be more than happy to help you out. And then we can always bend your irons to adjust your gaps.
Right.
So we can fill your gaps for you. But yeah, you don't want to have a 10, 15-yard gap somewhere in your bag that's super important, right?
Yeah.
So like
you never want to have to really cut down on a shot. I mean, to the point where you're trying to take 30 yards off of a club.
Yeah.
And this same thing opposite, right? You don't want to try to juice something.
Yeah, I always had a gap. I always had a little bit of a gap in a spot that I didn't like around 125 yards where, a sand wedge couldn't quite get there and then a gap wedge couldn't or a 50 degree was too much. So I always had to knock something down.
Right.
Right. So I went to, I just changed my lofts and I went to 50, 54, 58 instead of 50, 56, 60. And I've covered both of my gaps and just by changing lofts.
Right.
And then you can adjust them. My 54 is probably bent to 55. My 58 might be 59, but you're just covering your gaps.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So you just want to make sure that golf's, like I said, golf's the hardest game there is. So why make it even more difficult? Let us come and help you out. We're going to do a little test here. Have you hit a few balls? Don't forget this putt breaks slightly to the left.
Oh, yeah. It still feels good in the hand here.
There we go.
I mean,
first one made.
Are we done?
First one made. We'll go through these 4. I like that one already. Looked good, felt good.
Just the feel with this, and I love this grip too. The feel of it.
Yeah,
I feel like I got a ton of control with this.
Same grip I have on my putter. Nice. Four for 4.
That feels so good.
All right. Now, can you bring that camera over here real quick? I just want to show you something.
Come on.
So I'm not worried about any of the stuff, any of the numbers. This is something that you're not going to get when you go to Carl's or wherever. So you see when you set that putter down, see how high that toe is off the ground?
Right.
So what we're going to do is that toe is sitting high off the ground like this. We're going to bend the putter a little bit this way so that it's nice and flat for you. So you don't have to change your hands. You don't have to change anything about it.
Which is huge.
The putters fit perfectly. We're just going to get this putter from instead of sitting like this, we're going to bend it flat. It's going to sit just like that on the ground for you, and then you'll have it better.
Because you think about it, how many times do people go, let me just move my hands in a little bit, or turn the putter head over a little bit.
Yep.
This does it for you, so you're not trying to go, wait a minute, did I have it turned last putt and I nailed that one or not?
Yep.
Perfect. We got anything else for the putter, dude? So that's the process of it. Now we got to go, what's next?
Next, full bag from PXG. You get 14 golf clubs. You got all those figured out. You get a golf bag, a hat, and a dozen golf balls.
Can't beat it.
So, so now it's time to pick out a golf bag.
All right, here we are now.
All right.
This is a beautiful wall.
Wall of all golf bags.
Beautiful wall.
So, I'll show you kind of how we start. So, in the full bag, the stand bag is complimentary. So a stand bag for us, it has 6 pockets, lightweight carry bag, has a little pocket up here for your valuables or a range finder, something like that. It has a water bottle pocket, pen pocket here. This is a valuables pouch up here, apparel pocket on the side, and a ball pocket in the front. All of our golf bags, the pocket can zip off, so you can go take it and get embroidered, put your name on it.
Oh, that is cool. That's a really cool feature that you don't see with a lot of golf bags when you're going to just a regular store.
Exactly. So you have an option of black and white, black camo, all black, and then we have a whole Freedom collection. There's about 6 different colors of this bag that you can get. So these are all the complimentary bags that come with it.
Yeah,
that you're more than welcome to get.
And most of the time, that's the bag that the everyday player is gonna go for.
Well, until recently.
Yeah.
Now we have the addition of our new cart bags. So this is our cart bag, 14-way top, right? Basically for the average golfer, most of them don't carry their golf clubs. Yeah. Most of them are just riding the cart.
Oh, yeah, there's no chance you're getting me to walk the course.
This is a cart bag, right? So it has 14 spots, much more pockets. You can see double in the front. It's made to sit in the cart. All your pockets are positioned on the outside. We have the regular version, and we have the lightweight version. The deluxe version. So this is the lightweight version. This is the deluxe. A little bit more premium leather on this one. So that's an option you can upgrade to in the full bag for a small dollar amount to get either one of these bags instead of the carry bag.
Which that makes total sense now, because you're right. Because most people are riding in a cart that are watching this or playing golf, right?
Yep, so I can't remember exactly, but I feel like it was around July, August when these first bags came out. Yeah. So before it was always carry bags. Right. Now we have the cart bag. But my favorite bag, not for me personally, but to hit the need for everybody for the everyday golfer, we call this our hybrid bag. So it goes from 6 pockets to 12. Has an extra little layer on the top, so it's on a 14-way divider, but it's 8 instead of 6. Yeah. And it has an external putter well here, so this just goes like this, clips in. You can hold the putter on the outside.
Damn, that's pretty cool.
It's hybrid. It's right in between a carry bag and a cart bag.
Yeah, it gives you best of both worlds, whatever you're looking for.
And then you still have the flexibility. When you go to put your clubs out of your car, you can put the stand down. You go to the driving range, you don't got to worry about it falling over. Right. Or now, I think the cart bags are made a lot better these days, and I don't think they're going to be falling over. Yeah,
but the base on these alone seem, because I've had one of these in the past, not a PXG obviously, but it was like, okay, yeah, all right, we good.
But with all the different clubs in there, I think everyone has a little bit, a little worried. It's nice to have the stand bag. So you basically got a few different options in this one. You can do black and white. You can do all black. We have a heather gray option that's available sometimes. We have our new Aloha print. Aloha is awesome. So we have this one. And then in the carry bag, we have the Aloha, and then we have Darkness, which is my favorite bag. That's the one I play. And then we also have a Darkness hybrid. Yeah. So wide variety of bags. We also have some staff bags you could actually get that are complimentary right now, too.
Right, and as I went on PXG online 18,000 times in the last 3 months of us doing this, just checking stuff out. That's definitely a cool option if you want to go big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so what you could do, right, is you could order the staff bag, and have it put on display in your house. Like, I don't know about you guys or everyone else does, but I have a pool table, and some of my old staff bags is where my pool sticks hang out.
Perfect
So it's
for
cool little display.
Cool other way to use them. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or if you got a simulator in your home,
extra
anything,
set.
boom.
Nice and cool. But I think the hybrid is probably our most commonly purchased bag.
I love this feature. I've never seen this before.
Yep, right in between a cart bag and a carry bag. 12 pockets. This one is instead of a zipper, it's a snap up here for your rangefinder. Additional T pocket up front. There's a cool ball pocket in the back where you can put sleeves of balls back there.
That's great.
Just a much better, for a lot of people, a better golf bag. Some people that carry or just want something lightweight. Like I use this bag. I like the lightweight bag just because, not saying that I carry.
Right.
but
going to the range as much as some people do and stuff, you're still lugging it to
stuff out of your car, taking it in and out of here all the time, bringing it in for fittings. This is a size bag I grew up playing with.
Right.
So I don't need a cart bag, because the more packets I have, the more I fill it up, the heavier it gets.
Stuff's going to be in there.
So smaller is fine for me.
Trust me, when I caddied out in Arizona for our buddy Richie, and we first stage of Q school played with the carry bag. Second stage, they sent us a tour bag, and I think we put every single possible thing we could find in the house in that, and I was probably lugging around 60 pounds on my back for a week.
Yep.
But it's like, yeah, you're right, man. If you got more room, you're going to put more stuff in there.
Yeah. And
half of it you don't need.
We have a couple really cool backpacks here at PXG and a couple cool duffels. I have all my rain gear in a backpack. It just sits in my car.
Yeah.
So if it rains, I just grab my backpack and my golf bag, put the backpack in the back, and I'm good if it rains. I don't need to carry my bag at all times.
Right.
So what bag you thinking, man? What are you liking here?
I mean, honestly, I was originally, as looking online and stuff, I was originally looking at the carry bag, but then I love the combination of the two with this look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's more of that tour bag look, but still gives you the everyday or the weekend availability of being able to stand it up, more pockets, and this feature. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Being able to put, it's just a cool little, it doesn't do, much in terms of your play or anything, but I think that's a cool feature.
It keeps your putter in probably a little bit better shape.
It's not banging up against everything else.
Yep. And it's easy to get in and out of when you're in the cart, right? And then obviously all of our bags are brand new; they've never been used, but that's just going to get more and more comfortable as it goes and break in.
I think if I was choosing a bag today, I think I'd go with the hybrid.
You like the all black and white one? Or the black and white one? You like the all black?
Man, now you're. I dig the all black.
All right.
I think the all black's the good looking one. Yeah. Sweet. So that's the full thing, and we're not done either. We're going to do a lot of stuff over the summer. I know, when we're available, we'll get out on the course and play some games and have some fun. But this has been cool. Make sure you're downloading, subscribing, following. Anything else you want to add?
So we end every fit where we give our business card out. So our business card is a poker chip.
You guys have seen these before. I've featured these on the podcast before because I love it.
It has our cell phone numbers and email addresses, so you guys can get a hold of us. Like I said, if you want that spec check, if you want an additional club, you want golf balls shipped to your house, or if you just want to call and talk to us about golf,
and they'll take care of you, and they'll do that because he's done it with me. So
we'll be more than happy just to talk golf. If you have any questions, like, man, why am I hitting it left? Have you checked this setting? Or maybe it's because the club path is getting too far to the right or whatever. Or, a lot of us will, we're going through and you're like, hey, I'm playing a tournament in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
We'll put that in the notes, and then in 2 weeks we'll reach out and be like, hey, how did your tournament go?
That's just the difference between here and everywhere else.
Yep.
Plus the club fitting second to none. And that's the importance, man. You've seen it all wrapped up into one now after how many episodes we've done, 8 episodes. So definitely get on in here, check it out. But club fitting, it's that important.
100%.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It's been fun.
No problem. Thank you.